Welcome to High School Football Game Night, presented by Scenic Cable Network and Production. Now, here's tonight's game.
Welcome to high school football. Jim Boone, Jim Robbins, Jimbo Lofton, and Terry Pierce. We're here to bring you Houston Academy versus Providence Christian. Second time in these two private schools have played here at Rip Hewes, and it's becoming a real big rivalry between these two schools. Last year, Houston Academy won a very well-played ball game on both sides of the ball with a 21-yard field goal with 9 seconds left in the ball game, and Providence won that game. Houston Academy won that ball game 17-14. Now let's talk a little bit about these two teams. Jim Robbins, tell me what we've been going on with. How's the practice been going on? We have a jamboree last week with Montgomery Academy. A little bit about Houston Academy.
Well, Jim, I'll tell you, practice sessions have really been intense, enthusiastic. The anticipation of having 20 seniors returning for this year has been great, and so we're looking forward to a great season.
Just back here at Knowledge Field, Terry, tell us a little bit about Providence and what's been going over there. I know they had a jamboree last week, and tell us a little bit about their team this year.
Well, Jim, we had a jamboree last week with Houston County and Dale County, and I was surprised. I was surprised at how things turned out. We actually showed a lot more maturity than I thought that we would have. Right now, we're a very young team, and we have got a lot of growth to take place, and but we held our own, and I was very surprised against a 2A team and a 3A team. So who knows, maybe that team will show up tonight, and we can actually look for some good things to come out of this ball game.
Great. Like I said before, these two private schools, the two largest private schools here in Dothan, has turned out to be a big rivalry, and thank goodness we get to play in a nice stadium here. Rip Hewes Stadium has been around a while. It's been refurbished, I guess I could say, and you know, what a great joy for these kids to get to play in a stadium like this.
Well, you know, Jim, as nice as this is, and as wonderful as this kickoff classic is, I think this may be the last year, because it looks like that Providence is going to move up in classification.
Yeah, I'd heard some talk about that, and that's a shame. And hopefully, maybe both coaches, of course, Emery Lauda and Jimmy Addison both coached at this field for many, many years. Hopefully we maybe get together and get this thing maybe back here at Rip Hewes.
And if we do move up, then we'll be playing each other on a regular basis.
Absolutely.
And qualifying for state.
Okay, we're getting ready to kick off here. Houston Academy will be receiving at the south end zone, and kicking off for Providence is number 6. That's
Banks Smith. That's right.
Smith. Got to kick the number 8 there, and that's Jack Kramer. Jack picks it up and gets a couple of yards. So Houston Academy will start right there. Looked like they're going to spot it right at the 40-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10, Houston Academy. Jim, talk us a little bit about this offensive front and the backfield there for Houston Academy.
Well, of course, the big thing is we have a returning senior quarterback, which is always a major plus, Jace Johnson. And the big workhorse last year, of course, we lost Seth McGowan. But the big guy is number 17, Andrew Dothan. So we're set. Hope he can stay healthy all year long. Look for good things.
Jace Johnson, like we said, is a quarterback. He's second season started the quarterback. Started a little bit, played a little bit in his 10th grade year. And pretty experienced quarterback, looked real good last week, I thought, in the jamboree. A lot more poised, I thought, than what we saw last year. This HA team, I think, comes back with 20 returning seniors. Only 5 juniors on this team, so this might be the year that we hopefully will get to the playoffs, and watch out, maybe next year we'll be like the Providence over here, and we'll be in a rebuilding stage coming next year.
Yes, and we've already been warned by Coach Latta to not put too much emphasis on this first game, that we need to allow things to happen. And last year, I think, at the loss, as good of a game as it was, it really took a lot out of the Providence football team, and it really affected us the rest of the year.
Absolutely. Like you say, Providence is a 1A school, HA being a 2A school, and Man, what would that be? You have both private schools now, 2A schools, and in the same area. So it's just these kids probably been knowing each other forever. They probably play baseball in Little League growing up, and just a lot of friends between these two schools here and out there. Now they're butting heads on the football field.
That's right, and I tell you what, I don't know what it was like over at Houston Academy, but we've been looking forward to this game. I guess it's even though it's a 1A versus 2A, it's a little bit of a bragging rights situation that's going on within the city.
Got a little sprinkle out here. Seems like the crowd, HA people, I don't know about Providence, they always like to get right here, right at kickoff time, and I see them still coming in the parking lot over here. We got a little delay of the ball game here. Don't know, it looks like they might have clock problems down here. I understand we have a new clock this year here at Knowledge Field. And I see the head referee looking down at the clock, so that must be the holdup. They're trying to wind the clock down and get this ball game started. But a little sprinkle here. Everybody's got the umbrellas up. Kind of cool for an August night in Dothan, Alabama, don't you think?
Yeah, Jim, I tell you what, you know the way it is in southeast Alabama. You know, you can go in January, it can be 80 degrees, and you know, you just never know. And then earlier on November is liable to be 40 degrees. Yeah. So, but it does have the feel of football in the air, and we just hope the rain will stay off. And, you know, this was a tremendous game last year decided by a last-second field goal.
Yeah.
And we were very fortunate to come out on the winning side. So I'm sure Providence hadn't forgot that. So we look for a good battle here tonight.
Yep. Terry, looks like the field's in real good shape. I know you guys were out here, I believe, Tuesday night. We were out here last night. Or maybe you're out there Monday night. But anyway, the field looks like, I think they had a Jamboree game last week, and feels like great position.
It really does. I was talking to some people today, and they said they had put a lot of sand on this field, and the way they water it's different today, but it drains real well, and so we shouldn't have any problem with any weather tonight.
Got Andrew Dothan in the backfield, number 17 for HA, and that's Dothan with the ball. He's up to 50-yard line. They're going to run him out of bounds right there at the 50-yard line to be close to a first down for Houston Academy.
He was knocked out by Banks Smith, I believe, out of bounds.
Tell you, that's our workhorse, isn't it? Coach Robbins right there is Andrew Dothan.
No doubt about it. We just get him the ball and give him an opportunity to get his head up and see the holes as they open up, and he does a great job of following his blocking.
You mentioned Banks Smith. I know he's one of your turners for last year, and I believe he's linebacker for the Providence, and does a pretty good job on that linebacker position.
But we're still speaking from a junior status and not a senior. We really don't have a significant amount of leadership or numbers from a senior standpoint.
That's J.H. Johnson throwing over there to Emory Griffiths, and Griffiths takes it up for a gain of 2 yards on the play, so they'll bring up 2nd and 8 for Houston Academy.
Austin Gilchrist, our starting quarterback, was in on that tackle.
I'm sure y'all, much like the Houston Academy boys, got boys going both ways.
Yes, we do. We certainly do, and that's a great concern because if we have an injury, then we can really tell it on both sides of the ball.
Griffiths and Kramer split over here. Dothan with the ball again. Dothan's trying to pick up some extra yards and picks up maybe 3 on the play, so they're going to spot it at about the 46-yard line.
Number 52, Hap Howell, was in on that tackle along with Austin Evans, number 10.
3rd down and 3 for Houston Academy. The raindrops are coming down pretty good now here at Knowledge Field.
Yes, they are, Jim. I hear you loud and clear.
But that is Dothan with the ball. He's going to pick up a first down.
Is there a flag out there? Looks like that flag was thrown on the play, Jim.
Jimbo,
right?
you see that down the field. There is a flag, I believe, on the HA side.
There is a flag over there. I am on the currently over here on the Providence side, so we'll check it out for you.
How's that field looking from up here? We got a little rain spots coming up, but it looks like the field's in really good shape tonight.
I'll be the first to let you know when it stops raining, guys.
I hear you. It's going to be 1st and 10 for Houston Academy. Ball's resting at the Providence 38-yard line. Dothan in the backfield. And that is Dothan with the ball. Number 17, Andrew Dothan picks up another first down.
It's a good thing that he slipped because he had a lot more yardage in front of him had he not.
Jim, again, number 77, Andrew Brown, did a great job at the point of attack, blocking right, staying on his man. Andrew Dothan gets up in the hole and, once again, makes some good yardage for us.
Are y'all going to miss on the offensive line that, was it Josh Williford from last year? I mean, or have y'all got plenty of people to take his place?
Yeah, it took about 6, but we're coming close.
I wonder how he's doing down in LSU. Have y'all heard?
He's doing quite well. We'll talk about that in just a minute. Whoop. Fumble on the ball. H.J. Johnson back to throw, and fumbled on the play, recovered his own fumble. So it's getting a loss on the play of 6 yards. So it's going to be 2nd and 16 for the Raiders.
Justin Peak was in on that tackle, just about recovered the fumble.
Again, we're splitting the field. It's Kramer on this side. Andrew Tarwater on the other side. Give it again to Dothan. And, boy, good lick there by, looked like number 35, Terry. In on the stop for Providence.
Yeah, that's Sterling Gatlin. And number 20 was Quentin Snellgrove. He was in on the play also.
Sterling Gatlin's a 10th grader. And Snellgrove
is a 9th grader.
9th grader, and man, 9th grader starting in a
we got
big
more
ball game.
We got more 9th graders than any on the team. I mean, we're so laden with 9th graders, but that's okay. They're learning.
That's right. 3rd down and 10 for Houston Academy. Jace Johnson rolling out. He's looking deep. He's got a man open over here. This is number 11, and I believe that's Moss, Wesley Moss, a senior for Houston Academy, and another first down for H.A.
Davis Riley and Sterling Gatlin were in on that tackle.
I know that name, Davis Riley, and I think you probably do too, his dad. I know Davis is only a 9th grader, and he's going to be a player for you guys.
There's no doubt.
His dad brings back some memories. You're right.
We got to speak to Scott before the ball game. First down for Houston Academy. And Johnson's going to call a timeout here and talk it over. Terry, you mentioned Josh Williford, who is at LSU, and I think I was talking to his dad the other day. I think, Jim, you might have heard the conversation. He went over there about 3:45, and they got him down to 3:25 from what I understand. He's been over there since the 1st of June, took some classes all summer long, and did actually really, really well academically. Coach, you know a little bit about what he got, some kind of award for academically, I believe, for this summer.
Well, I didn't remember the details or didn't hear about the details of that, but I do know that Josh came back to visit campus, and you talking about a quality look. I remember the first time he worked out with the workout that LSU sent. He was very impressed with what they wanted him to do, but it has really developed him. He's a very cut young man right now, just a good body, and I'll tell you, there's a lot there to work with and a great attitude that's going to certainly do some good things for LSU.
His dad was talking about maybe redshirting, I think was the discussion, that they were going to make that decision in the next week or so, and his dad was kind of hoping he would get redshirted, be over there for 5 years, get a good education, and not only that, he'd probably get a lot more playing time too. 1st and 10 for H.A. at the 12. That is Dothan with the ball. Good stop there, initial stop there by
Austin Gilchrist. Austin Gilchrist was in on that tackle, and so was Banks Smith again. And they are allowed to just flow to the ball. I mean, they don't play one particular area. They just run to the ball. So, and that's probably what we've got to do with the age of our kids.
Mm-hmm. Britt Owen goes out of the ball game, number 47. Kramer split over here. 35 in the backfield, blocking back. That's Steele, Carnegie. That's Carnegie in motion. And that is Dothan looking for outside, trying to get in that end zone. They're going to knock him out at about the 5-yard line.
Dajan Godwin was in on that play, on that tackle. He knocked Dothan out of bounds. Dajan is one of 3 juniors that we've got on the team.
Wow.
You know, Terry, one thing about it over the years, I've always noticed this, that when you get a bunch of sophomores and juniors and they're up against a power-laden senior team, supposedly, if they've got a little talent, they want to prove something.
Yes.
And I'm sure that's one of the things these guys are trying to do, and they're doing a good job.
That time is Dothan again with the ball, and Dothan's going to get down to about the 3-yard line. Jimbo, can you hear me down there?
I'm with you. I'll tell you what, it looks like a bunch of people hitting the Golden Corral down there in the middle. It is tough down there.
Ball's resting, it looks like here, about the 3-yard line. That's what you see down there?
Yeah, you're right there at about the extra point line, just a little bit inside it, and I think what you're going to see, as you guys know, is probably the HA Raiders try to pound it in there.
Absolutely. Condition of the field down there, Jimbo, what can you tell us? It looks great from up here.
Yeah, the field actually is in good shape right now. I think the test of it will be later on in the game if we keep a little bit of this rain up. But I'll tell you what, it's starting to slack off. I can tell you that because less of it's dripping off my bald head right now, guys.
Well, we can definitely see you from up here with that head down there.
That's what I thought. Thanks.
They bring a dry ball in. Go ahead, Terry.
You know, as cool as it is, it's certainly going to help as far as conditioning with the players. Last year, I believe we had a number of folks that were cramping up and having issues as far as what shape we were in to begin with with the first game of the season. And I think tonight certainly the weather's going to give us a break, the temperature's going to give us a break as far as to how we are able to go throughout this game.
It's going to be an interesting play here. 4th down and 3, and looks like HA was going to call kick a field goal, and Providence decided to take a time out to talk about this. And, Coach, I think that kind of surprises me.
Yeah, at this point in the game, yes. But there's no telling, I tell you. Coach Addison's got a lot of ideas floating around in that experienced old head of his.
No doubt about it. I'm not second-guessing that man.
Now, is this his second year with HA?
Third.
His third year. Okay.
Yeah, with Dothan in the backfield, the blocking backs he had just then, I would think we'd probably want to go ahead and punch it in at the 3-yard line. And we'll see what happens here. They're trying to keep the ball dry as possible. Like we said, the rain is maybe slacked off a little bit from the opening kickoff. Again, 4th down and 3.
And it looks like they decided to go for it.
Yeah, they did. Dothan in the backfield with Owen and Carnegie back blocking for him, and that is Dothan with the ball, and it's got to be real close. What do you see down there, Coach Jim?
Well, I don't think he quite got in the end zone. Of course, he only had to make about a half yard for the first down, so it'll be 1st and goal at about the 2-foot line, guys.
So we got a 1st down, 1st and goal for Houston Academy.
Well, this crowd is still coming in little by little.
Again, Dothan in the backfield with Carnegie and Owens. And this time, J.H. Johnson will keep it, the senior quarterback, and he's in for the score. Houston Academy gets on the board first. Houston Academy 6, Providence 0. Terry, we got Will Andre. I don't know if I'm sure you probably know his mom and dad quite well.
Yes.
Oh, Will is quite a kicker. He came real close, I believe, Jim, and getting didn't he get honorable mention last year, state honorable mention, and field goal? He's had some really long field goals.
He did. He's hit. If you remember the Providence game last year, he missed about a 40-something yarder, just missed. So he's got a good leg.
Got a great leg, great soccer player, and that is Andre, number 33, back to kick the extra point. It's up, and it is good from here. Houston Academy leads this ball game 7-0 early in the first quarter. 6:47 left in the game. Houston Academy 7, Providence 0.
That was quite an impressive drive, taking it from their own 40-yard line and just driving it right down the field. Hopefully, our defense can stiffen up a little bit and maybe become more familiar with what what HA is going to do, and possibly stop this running attack that HA's got.
What kind of offense can we see on the Providence side? Knowing Emory, I guess it's the old smash mouth football, right?
Yes, it is, and once again, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but we have got very little experience. Our quarterback is first-year starter, but yet he's got a lot of composure. I mean, Austin Gilchrist is a very good kid and can really pass the ball very well. But with this double wing formation that we've got, we do an awful lot of running, and we just hope that people don't get too far ahead of us so that we can stay in a ball game.
Back deep for Providence is number 5. That's Justin Peak. And kicking off for Houston Academy's 33 again, Will Andre. Peak standing in his own 10-yard line.
Our deep people are as a 9th, 10th, and 11th grader.
Good high, long kick. And it will go in the end zone, and I think high school rules says they have to bring it out at the 20. So Providence will start at their own 20-yard line. Quarterback is Gilchrist. I believe this is his first year. You had Plegenhoff, I believe, last year. Was graduated,
and he actually signed with Huntington. I think he is looking to for the quarterback position there with Huntington.
So this is Austin's first start at 1A quarterback position.
All right, guys, keep your eyes peeled. I'm just going to stick in here. Keep your eyes peeled on this one.
And that is Gilchrist giving off to Peak. And Peak slips down, pick up maybe 4 yards.
Jim, number 51, Martin Flowers, did a good job of scraping to the outside and forcing that play back inside, which, then that wet ground kind of comes into play when you have to make a sharp cut like that.
Actually, there was no gain on the play, and it looks like he maybe lost a yard on the play, so they're going to spot it at the 19 and a half, so it'll be 2nd down and 11 for the Providence Eagles. Again, Peak with the ball. Peak's caught again in the backfield, maybe a loss of 1 on the play.
Number 13, Michael Reagan, in to make the tackle along with Andrew Tarwater, number 31. So Raiders are doing a good job of controlling the line of scrimmage at this point. That's where that senior leadership, of course, that Terry's mentioned is so important. It's really helping the Raiders tonight.
Also, we've got, coaches that have been together on both sides of the ball. I think you've got a Coach Collins that is coached with Emory Latta, and he knows, I think he's your defensive coordinator. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah, Richard Anderson's a defensive coordinator.
Okay.
But David certainly brings an awful lot of expertise with him.
And he knows this double wing formation awfully well.
Yes, certainly does.
And so it's going to be interesting to see if we put in a couple of new wrinkles that will be able to keep them off guard and to see if we can move the ball. Is this one of the weather timeouts as far as the heat?
I would think it's probably about, it's middle way through the first quarter. Jimbo, is this probably a heat timeout we got going on right now?
Yeah, that's what it was, but I'll tell you, if not, I think Coach Emory Latta was going to get him over anyway. He just had a little chat with them and said, boys, we're going to play some ball tonight out here. Let's get ready. Let's get over this. The game started, and let's play like we know how to play. So he just gave him a little pep talk as well.
3rd down and 11 for Providence. Gilchrist, number 2, quarterbacking for the Eagles. Peak in motion again, number 6 with the ball.
Banks Smith.
And Banks maybe picked up. See where they're going to spot it. Picked up about 5 on the play, so it's going to be a 4th down, and I'm going to call it 4th down and 7 for the Eagles. And it looks like they send in the punt team. What you got down there, Jimbo?
That's it. I think what they're going to do after that one is, that's probably obviously those 3 offensive plays. That was the best one. Coach Latta just giving them a pump up. He's not going to do anything crazy down here at this point. Y'all know Emory too well for that. And they're going to punt it, and let's play some defense after that for the Providence team.
Back deep, I believe we got number 17. That's Tarwater. And Jimbo, who's at 28? Damian Harris also back deep.
Got a flag here, guys. Let me see what that is.
Looked like it could have been. Terry, did you see
It was more, I think somebody was offsides down here. I don't think there was, it looked like somebody hit a late hit, but it looked like he just fell into him. I don't know. It's the ref was right there on top of it.
Jimbo, you see what that is down there, the flag?
Yeah, let's see. I think they could call an illegal formation. Let's see if that's what we got here.
If so, I would think they're probably playing it again. And here comes the head official. Let's see what he's going to call here on it. They call a motion on Providence. It looks like HA is going to decline, and they're going to take the ball right there. It'll be 1st and 10. Houston Academy at their own 41-yard line. 4:49 left here in the first quarter at Nology Field tonight. Great city rivalry here. You got Houston Academy versus Providence Christian. Dothan back with J.H. in the shotgun. And that is J.H. Johnson back to throw. He's looking deep, got a man wide open, overthrows Jack Kramer, number 8.
He was wide open.
Who was that defending? You picked that up?
That was, I think, Dajan Godwin, because Justin Peak, our outside man, had looked like he was blitzing. And I don't know if that was just a misread or what, but we had one of our linebackers trying to stay up with your outside receiver.
Coach Roberts, what did you see? That man was wide open, though. Your baseball player just ran it back and threw the ball, it looked to me like.
Well, I tell you what, Jay certainly got a good arm, but you don't want to sell him short right there. And if that guy's wide open, you want to let him run to the ball. So
there you go. Again, J.H. Johnson back to throw. That's Kramer again. Great defensive play by
Flannery, yep.
number 24.
Kyle Flannery.
Young kid. No, he's a senior.
He is a senior,
yeah.
but he's one of our smallest seniors.
Not a very big boy, but
he loves to hit, though.
Yeah, I believe he might be a soccer player.
Yes, he is.
Yes,
he is.
Him,
a very good soccer player.
I remember him growing up being a soccer player. And
I think soccer is his first love,
yeah.
but he also loves to hit, too.
So that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 11 for Houston Academy. Clock's moving. 4:04 left here in the first quarter. Dothan, the single setback with twins on this side. J.H. Johnson quarterbacking for H.A. He's rolling out, looking deep. Got Moss wide open over here. Number 11, Moss, is up to the 36-yard line for Providence's territory now. 1st down for H.A.
Kyle Erickson was in on that tackle for Providence.
similar to what we ran on the pass down, inside the 10 earlier on. We cleared, I think it was Michael Reagan outside that ran a deeper route like a corner, and then Wesley was running an out route and was wide open. Jace did a good job of finding him.
I guess since I'm for Providence, I can say something about your coach. I'm just wondering why in the world he's opening it up. Is he trying to open it up? Is he trying to just keep us off guard? I mean, y'all are having such luck running the ball. It looks like you can run on us at any time.
Again, back to throw, number 17 to Dothan. Another pickup of about 8 on the play. I can't answer that, Coach. Terry. Maybe Coach Robbins might.
Well, I'll tell you now, Coach Adams is the head coach over there, but if you've been on our sideline around Coach Mitchell, Philip Mitchell's the one that's calling those offensive plays over there.
Right.
And Philip is wide open. I promise you. You can't settle in and think that we do one thing and have a little success and that's all we're going to do, because he wants to test us now to see what all we can do offensively.
I got you.
So 2nd and 8 for the Raiders. Jay Johnson on the center.
Fumble.
Yep. Just, I think that was Jace just dropped the ball, didn't there, Coach?
Yeah, he did. And, of course, we had 74 Burkhart McLaughlin, and if Burkhart falls on top of you, that pretty much secures it. So just going to have to lose it down here. Maybe we can come up with another big play and make up for it.
Terry, that is our replacement for Josh Williford.
Yeah.
Burkhart is, we got him listed as 6 foot, 255. I think he might be a little more than 6 foot. He's a wide load. And he's come along a long way and is hopefully going to have a very good season. He is a senior this year. Number 17, again, that's Dothan with the ball, looking for the outside. He's at the 5, and he goes and tiptoes into the end zone.
Again, good job of kind of bouncing it up inside and then kicking it outside. And then Wesley Moss, number 11, did a good job of staying on his block. And nice run by Andrew Dothan.
That inexperience on that defensive side for Providence is is showing up.
Yeah, but I'll tell you this: I'm the way Coach Latta has coached these boys from the very first. It's that if they can just not give up, just hang in there and learn some things. And like I say, this first game is not the season.
That's right.
It's only the beginning of something. And so, like I say, we got a weird formation here.
The old water bucket play.
Yeah,
there it is.
We did a little bit of that, or it was done on us last year. So Will Andre's back to kick, and they're gonna fake it, and I don't think we got it on that one. Now, Jimbo, I don't think I saw any of that last year. What about Jimbo Lofton?
No, you got it, and that was, this is one of those things. I think they thought this was an opportunity to try something. Of course, it didn't work, but that'll give them something to work on Monday, won't it, guys?
It sure will. Coach Robbins, what do you think about that play?
Well, years ago, I was at Ashford. We used to run that thing. I tell you, like Jimbo just said, it gives you something that you better guard against because there's about 3 or 4 options off that play, and it'll take up a little practice time.
Score is Houston Academy 13 and Providence 0. We got 2:02 left here in the first quarter at Technology Field tonight. 2 private schools playing, Houston Academy and Providence, and Terry, I think the crowd is still coming in. I see cars rolling in here. Rain's let up again. Hopefully you might get, I tell you what, the Providence people really did show up, and the HA kids, HA parents are still rolling in on the other side.
Well, it looks like that people have tried to see what the weather was going to do and then just make their move, and so maybe there's not a lot of umbrellas out, so possibly this thing is subsided and going to leave us alone at least where we can get this football game in.
A good Thursday night for high school football here at Technology Field. Will Andre back to kick. And that's Justin Peak at the 2-yard line, and they're going to call him down there. He slipped down, looked like Terry, and maybe knee hit the ground.
I hope that we are prepared as far as cleats for this field. With this weather, you just never know, and certainly we're not a Alabama or an Auburn or Troy. We can't take 3 sets of shoes, to what condition the field is in. So, and certainly people like Justin, that's as fast and as quick as they are, we certainly rely on them. And if they can't get any footing, it may be a long evening.
So that'll bring up 1st and 10 for Providence. The ball resting at the 2-yard line. Jimbo, is that about where I can see from up here?
That's it. You're dead on the 2-yard line, so they're backed up. Let's see what happens.
Going to give it to Peak.
That was Banks Smith.
Oh, I'm sorry. Smith
I believe that's right.
Smith gained, looks to me like about 4 on the play. Jimbo, is that where they're going to spot it?
Yeah, they're going to spot it at the 6. Nice little run off the left side. I found a crease and went through it. Hey, you were talking about shoes earlier. Look, I got one in college. I had to sell my shoes this week, so let's just don't talk about having extra pairs of shoes, guys.
2nd down and 6 for the Raiders. I'll get it right, for the Eagles. Sticking with that double wing. Gilchrist quarterbacking for Providence. I can't pick up that number. Who was that with the ball?
That looks like it was Justin Peak.
Justin Peak number.
No, actually, I'm sorry. That was Kyle Erickson. Another one of our 9th graders.
Number 3, Kyle Erickson with the ball.
Yeah, number 35, Steele Cornigev, which that name we'll call quite often. 33, also Will Andre in on that play. You notice it appears to me a lot they're looking to cut back once they started motion to one direction. So very, very key for us, for our linebackers not to over-pursue, to stay on the backside and good tackling angles.
Got some spirits linebackers over there on the HA side. I know we got Carnegie over there. We got Reagan's over there.
Brent Owens over, Michael Reagan.
Reagan, Brent Owens. Looks like we got a timeout on the field. What they doing there, Jim? They're taking a timeout. Providence going to want to talk it over?
Absolutely. I think that's critical. You're down here deep in your own territory at the 9-yard line. You probably got your best shot at a first down you've had so far tonight with about just a long 2.5. So I think Coach Latta said this is key. Let's see if we can't punch something up, and let's talk about it and make sure everybody's all on the same wavelength, guys.
Looks like the rain maybe has slacked off down there on the field.
Yeah, the rain is just about gone. It's just spitting a little bit here and there, but it's fine. Like you said, for an August night in South Alabama, this is unbelievable.
It really is. But we're still going to have those heat timeouts. I think we have one a quarter, Coach, and that's a high school rule, so we're going to have those every quarter.
Let me ask you this: were y'all affected by the viruses and flus that are going around? Have y'all been hit by that? I know that we had early on some players that had to miss some early training and scrimmages and practice time because of it.
We didn't really have a great deal of that. We early on we did things like covering up our water fountains, trying to do everything we could to encourage players to wash their hands. We were taking every precaution to try to minimize that, but they were talking about on the talk, sports talk channels today that could really be detrimental.
I know in our jamboree we had 4 people out, and they were all seniors and juniors.
This time Gilchrist is going to keep the ball rolling out. He's going to try to get rid of it. He's brought down by number 21 for Houston Academy, which is Carter Best. I think they're going to call him down right there. So that's going to bring up a 4th down. Well, now they called it an incomplete pass for Providence.
Yeah, it was incomplete. Austin was able to get rid of the ball as he was going down.
Looked like Terry was trying to do that, to do the little shuffle pass back inside.
Yeah, it did look like that, and that's one of the new things off of this double wing formation that possibly, that Emory has put in for this game, and it just, I don't know, just didn't materialize. One of the HA defensive people were there to break it up.
Back to punt for Providence is number 10.
That's Austin Evans.
And goes off of Austin's side of his foot, and looks like Houston Academy is going to have great field position here.
Early on in the year, we were counting on someone else to sort of handle our kicking duties, but they decided to swing a golf club. So we have lost, and so Austin has had to fill in. We've, I think Banks Smith does some of the kicking duties also, so we've had to really shuffle around to try to get somebody to perform at that position.
That's tough. 1A football, you just don't have enough to go around sometimes, and boy, you get one like that wants to play another sport, it really hurts you.
Well, at Houston Academy, we're not going to complain, being that Mr. O'Connell is our golf coach.
Houston Academy starts at the Providence 35-yard line. Jace Johnson back to throw. Throwing a little screen over here to number 9.
That was just about intercepted by Austin Evans.
And that was Will McCann, number 9, that caught the ball, pickup of 2.5 on the play.
Will McCann is a neighbor of ours, and that kid is really solid. He is really worked at getting better and beefing up, and it shows.
I'll tell you, he's worked really hard in the weight room. Coach Weed has really put them through their paces in the weight room. So we'll.
At the end of the first quarter, Houston Academy 13, Providence 0. Here we go, starting the second quarter. Jace Johnson back to throw, going to be intercepted by number 2 for
Austin
Providence.
Gilchrist.
That's Gilchrist with the ball. Great interception. Brings it up to the Houston Academy 31. It'll be 1st and 10 for Providence.
From the Providence 30-yard line, and I'll tell you this, maybe that's the little thing we need to happen to sort of give us some life and to let our boys know that we can do something.
Well, it was just a great read by your safety sitting back and just read the quarterback's eyes all the way. And then because he broke on that ball, that was a no contest, broke in front. Pass meant for number 31, Andrew Tarwater.
So Gilchrist, number 2, quarterback in for Providence.
Peak in motion.
Peak number 5 in motion, and he swings out to the right, and he's going to be brought down over there. Looks like number 31 for Houston Academy, who is Andrew Tarwater.
I'll tell you, Michael Reagan, I don't know if you saw that. Reagan was out, the linebacker, and he was breaking out, and it's kind of one of those deals where you got your eyes locked on the tackle, but he got blindsided. A nice hit put on him by a Providence defender.
Terry, that Peak kid, he's only a 10th grader, but boy, that's their workhorse, or your workhorse in the backfield, isn't it?
And ever since we've had a football team, which I think this is like our 4th or 5th year.
Yeah.
He has been a performer. He excels in every area as far as athletics is concerned.
He comes out of the ball game. I didn't get the number that went in for him. Probably with Banks Smith, maybe, and that might be Banks right there with the ball. Number 6, I believe, and that was Smith with the ball. Pickup of 2 on the play.
Like Michael Reagan and John May in on that tackle. We did a good job on the outside. number 57, Marco Pena, did a great job of standing his man up and forcing that play back inside.
Jimbo, we got any injuries, anything going on down there in the Providence sideline? I see you walking up down the sideline behind the Providence players.
Yeah, just trying to take a little temperature of those guys. That was a nice boost, obviously, off that interception. And I think that's the key right here, saying, hey, guys, come on. We're playing ball with them, and 13-0, and, let's get tough and let's get tight and let's go.
3rd down and 7 for the Eagles. But Gilchrist, a little shovel pass. Looks like number
6, Banks
6,
Smith.
Banks Smith with the ball. Great run by Smith and a first down for Houston Academy.
Key tackle there by number 11, Wesley Moss for the Raiders. But, Terry, once again, that looked like the same play they tried to run.
Little shuffle pass. It worked this time.
It worked
this time.
Sure
and
did.
we got a flag over on the HA sideline that the line judge called over there. We have to see what this is all about. There's a discussion going on in the center of the field. It looks like it could possibly be offside. We'll see what we got here. Illegal
Substitution, is that right?
I believe that's what. Jimbo, illegal substitution.
There you go. That's right. That's what they're calling on the Raiders. So that play will stand. And running back on the play, he's doing well. He's fine. He just got the wind knocked out of him for a second, but he's up and ready to go again.
Okay.
Providence.
So illegal substitution, I believe when you break the huddle, we have to have all of them on the field. Is that correct?
I don't know. I know.
Jimbo's shaking his head down there. I think he's agreeing with me.
That's correct.
Okay.
Okay.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for Providence. Great pickup by Providence. Biggest gainer they've had all night, Terry.
That's exactly right. And once again, that's just a little bit more confidence that we can gain and apply towards this game and let them know that we can do something.
And Gilchrist is getting his play from the sideline, from the Providence sideline over here. 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Gilchrist gives it off to number 30.
That looked like Nathan Odell, I believe, number 22. Is that right? Or that was a
33 guys.
Hamilton Jordan. I'm sorry.
33, a senior, Hamilton Jordan with the ball. First time we've seen him with the ball, and he's coming out of the ball game.
Jim looked like number 22, Jordan Park, down kind of working on that A-gap. And then also, it was Marco Pena came around to finish off that tackle.
We were really depending and still and will, as the season goes on, depend on Hamilton Jordan. But he had a bad knee injury last year. And so really it's I talked to him earlier in the year, and he still is in the back of his mind. He just can't let it go. That's Kyle Erickson.
Gives off to Erickson, number 3. A 9th grader with the ball, and looks like he's going to pick up maybe 3 or 4 on the yard on the gain. So it's going to be a 3rd down situation for Coach Latta. 3rd and 3. Am I right there, Jimbo?
Yeah, you got 3rd and a long. Well, 3rd and about a short 3 is what I'm going to call it. But a little bit of life over here on this Providence side. These guys are saying, hey, we're moving the ball.
Big play right here for the Eagles. We're early in the second quarter, 8:36 in the second quarter. Houston Academy leading this ball game 13-0. Again, Gilchrist with the ball. Hands off to number 3, and that's Erickson with the ball.
Kyle Erickson, yes. For a first down.
First down for Providence.
Where they were stacked right here. They're right in front of us. We could really see how close our backs are to our line. And this offense relies on a lot of deception. The close proximity of the players and all like that.
Sure.
So we trying to throw the defense off by who actually has the ball.
And Providence has got a good drive going. They started at their own 30-yard line and have moved the ball up to the HA 35-yard line. Number 55 for Providence brings them up to the line.
Eric Lair.
And we got a timeout for Providence. Coach Latta wants to have a little discussion with them this time. What I was thinking about, Jim, and you might allude to this a little bit, but this new rule we got, the box that you've got to stay in, the players have to stay in, the coaches have to stay in this year. Big penalty, I think it's 5 yards the first time, 15 the second time, and they say they're going to enforce making sure the players and the coaches stay in that box this year.
Yeah, they were very emphatic about that point even during the Jamboree. Yeah. They wanted to make that well known that was going to be enforced, and Jamboree gave you a chance to get used to that. And so if you cost yourself some yardage in a game, you had been warned. So.
We had probably 2 crews there at our Jamboree trying to become familiar with that particular rule, and so they do mean to enforce it.
Ball's resting at the Houston Academy 35-yard line. Gilchrist gives off to number 6. That's Smith with the ball. Pickup of a gainer of maybe 2 on the play, so it's going to be a 2nd down and 8 for the Eagles.
Nice job by number 47, Britt Owen, in there. Like I told you earlier, I really felt like when they toss, they're looking to turn that thing up as quickly as they can. And earlier on, it looked like we might have been over pursuing a little bit, but Britt Owen staying in his lane and doing a great job right there.
This is Gilchrist back to throw. Got a man wide open. I believe that's Smith, number 6.
Yes.
And Smith just tiptoes there in the end zone. I don't know where our defenders were, Coach Robbins, but he was wide open, just like Kramer was a while ago.
Yeah, that was number 12, Emery Griffith, that just kind of settled on that corner over there. It'd been run, and then all of a sudden, you pull out, and you got to play the pass first, especially at that position. One mistake there's nobody behind you to back you up.
Terry Gilchrist has got a good arm there.
He has. And like I say, he has grown up really quick, and we are excited about what he can do for us this year. And he has shown a lot of poise being this first year as a starter.
Banks Smith down to kick the extra point for Providence. It's up, hits the goal post, and it's no good. So we got the score here, Houston Academy 13, Providence 6, 7:10 left here in the second quarter at Nology Field tonight.
Coach Latta has promised us that we are going to see a lot more openness of this offense that he has got. We looked for Gilchrist to pass a lot more, and certainly that was something that we can certainly give us confidence. Him throwing the ball the way he does, he's a very accurate passer, very accurate passer.
Again, that was a very good drive that Providence put on after that interception at the HA 30-yard line. Providence cheerleaders throwing out footballs. I believe I saw them throwing out T-shirts early in the game. What all y'all give out to these fans to get them to this game, Coach?
Boy, I tell you, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do next.
Tell you what, that school over there, Providence, is a growing school, and got a good thing going over there.
We are very fortunate to be one of the few schools of our size in the state to have everything right there on campus. We are very proud of our facilities. We've got a good group of parents that have fallen in behind not only academics but also athletics, and we are looking for a lot better things to come in the future.
Bank Smith kicking off for HA, goes to number 22, in and out of the hands, and guess who gets the ball? Providence has got the ball.
Spencer Walker recovered that ball.
That was Jordan Parks that went right to it.
23.
Went right through his arms.
Yeah, that's number 23 that got on that for the Providence Eagles guys, and there you go.
What a big turnaround here. Now Providence has got the ball again after that touchdown, and was that meant, that kickoff? Is that what y'all normally do, is punch the ball up like that?
Well, that was I believe they have practiced that, so it looks like that's what they had practiced, was to pop it up and to see if they can get some reaction. So it happened to work that time, and we were fortunate.
I don't think Jordan Park, he didn't. Kind of surprised when you saw that ball coming to him, didn't you, Coach?
Yeah, really and truly. It had good height on it. I'm sure that was executed just exactly the way.
Hey guys, I think they're calling illegal formation there. They're going to have them kick it again, as you can see.
Oh my goodness!
So illegal formation on Providence, which will probably I I don't know, Jimbo. Is there going to be a penalty on this when they kick, or are they going to go ahead and kick from the 40-yard line?
I'm, still trying to get this set. Emory was obviously not happy at all about that call. I could tell. And then they were saying illegal formation. I'm not so sure. They're not saying it wasn't ready. Let me see if I can get a clarification. I'll get back to you guys on that.
All right.
Once again, the biggest defender is that yellow flag. so it has really bitten us.
So this is Banks Smith back to kick again for Providence.
All right, guys, here's the story. It happens, inadvertent whistle. And they admitted it. Hey, that's it.
And
Sorry,
here we got another little scribble kick.
But I think we got it again.
Offside kick, and look here, Providence has got the ball back again.
Well, I'll be.
How about that?
Well, you have to take chances a little bit. Coach Latta, he knows the nature of this game. He's willing to roll the dice. Coach Addison does the same thing, and so far worked out really well. Great play, great call.
Obviously, Houston Academy did not have their hands players on that line, and who would be expecting an onside kick? Here we are in the second quarter with 6:59 left.
Well, like Coach Robbins has said, he did roll the dice. There are no state implications with a win or a loss of this game, except from just a confidence standpoint. So we can take a lot more chances, evidently.
Absolutely. 1st and 10 for Providence, ball resting midfield at the 48-yard line, 47-yard line. We got a towel on the field. One of the Providence players trying to get the towel off the field. And officials called a timeout and we get that towel off, trying to keep the ball dry as possible. But it does look like the rain maybe has stopped and maybe gone for the night.
Let's hope so.
I mean, what a turnaround of events here. All of a sudden, Providence's midfield got the ball again. Number 2 with the ball. That's Gilchrist. Gilchrist trying to.
Little bootleg.
Little bootleg. Keeper play around the side. Maybe a pickup of 1 on the play. Jimbo, did you catch who? Robin, did you catch who caught that?
The play initiated, number 31, Andrew Tarwater, got penetration across the line of scrimmage and got his hands on him and slowed him down. So that was big because he was trying to get out on that corner quick.
Jimbo, what's playing off trying to tell you in your ear down there all about Providence?
Well, I can tell you right now the Providence Eagles are fired up. They're basically saying, hey, we can play with those guys. So early on, I think they may have been questioning themselves, but that's gone, and right now they're feeling good about it. And I'm standing next to one of the busiest guys on the field. The man handling the ball is Sean here. So back to you guys.
Pick up on the play of 2, so it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 7 for it's 3rd down and 6 for the Providence Eagles. Another big call here for Coach Latta.
Jim, we were fortunate to pick up some yardage on that. That was a busted play, looked like from this standpoint. So
Go ahead.
Just got us a little bit, a few yards. Every little bit helps for sure.
Looks like we got another heat timeout. This will be our second one of the night and the one for the second quarter with 5:53 left here in the ball game.
Jim, I'll tell you again, nice play in there by number 9, Will McCann, and also number 22, Jordan Park. Jordan is 5'8", 165, playing on that line of scrimmage, but I think he is in there because he is a pretty quick young man, and he penetrates those gaps and tries to kind of, disrupt the initial movement of the ball, and has been very effective.
Houston Academy has been ranked preseason 6th in the state, and Jim, looking at our schedule this year, it's pretty much like last year. We go next week to Houston County, and then the following week we go to New Brockton, and then our first game is with Sampson. So Providence played Houston County in the Jamboree, and from what we hear, they got a pretty outstanding quarterback over there, outstanding running back, so we might have our hands full.
They really do, and I want to tell you that their quarterback has got quite an arm. I think he's a UAB commitment already. But he is a player for sure.
Gilchrist rolling out, thrown over here to the sideline. Looks like he got that's Banks Smith with the ball.
Again, yes.
Going to be close to a first down, and I believe they're going to spot it, and it will be a first down for Providence.
Terry, that kind of reminds me of the routes that Dowd ran last year a lot.
Got a hanky out there, guys. Legal motion.
You know, he could run that ball and just run those precise routes.
Yes,
and Plaganoff did a great job of hitting him. So looks like maybe you're developing another combination here that could be very effective as you go on in the season.
Yes, we're looking forward to that Smith-Gilchrist combination. But, Jim, once again, you know, we've got that biggest defender, that flag.
Jimbo, what do you see down there on the sideline? What's this all about?
They got a legal motion, guys, so first down is going to be nullified, and they're going to back it up 5.
So it's going to bring up a 3rd and long. We're going to call it a 3rd and maybe 16 for, it's going to be more than that. 3rd and maybe 17, 18.
Looks like it's going to be about 9. 3rd, it's just inside.
You're right. I'm looking at the wrong flag over there. Yeah, 3rd and 9 for Providence. Gilchrist back to throw, rolling out again. That's Bank Smith over there. Caught the ball again. First down, same play.
Guys, they're going to say he stepped out at about the 39 and a half, so it looks like it's going to bring up about a 4th and about 3.
Okay. 4th and 3 is what we're going to call it for Providence.
I expect Latta to go for this.
But that looked like the same play again, Terry.
Sure did.
Just a little rollout. Had Bank Smith over in the flats over there. Doesn't look like any kind of kicking team's going in, and so it does look like Coach Latta is going to go for it on 4th down. Ball's right at the 40-yard line, the Houston Academy 40-yard line, and they are going for it. Peek in motion, give it to
He's going to be a little short, guys.
Yep, he's going to be short.
Didn't make it, so that's going to turn the ball over. Houston Academy will start right there at their own 38-yard line. 1st and 10, HA. 4:55 left here in the first half at Nology Field tonight.
All right, we're on.
Got a little jump there. It looks like maybe HA jumped and pulled Providence off. Let's see what they call here.
Yeah, I think Providence was a little too anxious then.
Yeah, they're going to call it on Providence, so that's going to back up Providence. It's going to be 1st down and 5 for the Raiders. Raiders trying to get on the board here, and it's 4:54 left here in the first half.
That might have been some of that senior hard count by that quarterback for the first time this game, what it looked like.
JH gives it off to Dothan, number 17. Dothan's got a first down. I tell you, Andrew Dothan's just a hard runner. He's going to give you 4 or 5 yards every time he touches the ball.
There's no doubt.
Not real fast, but he can see the field when he's running, and last year we picked that up, and this year we're hoping that, he's got to look for those holes, and hopefully he'll be healthy, stay healthy.
That's true. I do hope every one of them stay healthy.
J.H. Johnson, quarterback for the Raiders. Give it again to Dothan, number 17. Hard hitting there by Providence. Looked like number 28 made the initial stop for Providence.
It's Davis Riley again on the stop. You know, Jim, you were talking about the schedule coming up. Right now, as far as we're concerned, next week we step out of the frying pan into the fire. We go to Brantley. And Brantley is always very tough. That's not, as I say, they don't rebuild, they just reload. And so our 2 hardest games of the year are our first 2.
Clock's moving, 3:57 left. J.H. Johnson back quarterback and give it again to Dothan. Dothan's going on the outside, trying to get around that corner. Great stop over there. Is that Bank Smith, number 6?
That was Banks, and then it looked like Austin Gilchrist came up to help him out on the play.
Banks came up quick out of that linebacker position in there and moving and stopping the best running back H.A.'s got, number 17, Andrew Dothan.
You know, that's the reason you saw Andrew make the move he did on the last play. You know, he doesn't have the speed to beat it outside. And when he penetrated up the middle a while ago, he faked like he was going to go outside, then turned it back up the field.
So that will bring up a 3rd down and 6 for the Raiders. Again, Dothan with the ball. Hard running by Dothan. Looks like a first down from up here. Number 30 in on the stop for Providence.
Dajan Godwin.
And they are going to call it a first down, so H.A. is on the move into Providence's territory at their own 35, at the Providence 35. Got Kramer split over here, Moss on the left. Again, fake to Dothan, back to throw as J.H. Johnson got a man wide open. I believe that's
Will McCann.
Will McCann, number 9.
And Austin Gilchrist was in on the stop.
Jim, that was the same route that we threw for the first completion of the year in the Jamboree the other night as a drag route across the middle, and Jace did a good job of finding him. Will dragging and just found a hole, got wide open.
Jim, what I see this year that just a lot of poise there by J.H. Johnson, and I don't think we saw as much as that last year, and we really need that, him being our senior quarterback this year. Again, give it off to Dothan. Good stop there. Like number 28, is that Davis
That's
again?
Davis Riley and Banks Smith on the play.
Tell you, Davis Riley helped his daddy coach him one year, several years back in baseball, and he played third base. And he's going to give you 100% every time he walks in that field, and I can see that out of him tonight.
You know, he actually last year laid off of baseball because he wanted to concentrate on football so much, and it looks like it's paying off. He really hit the weight room and trained hard, and so it looks like that he is really maturing.
J.H. Johnson throwing in the corner for Moss, and Moss just couldn't quite get there. Great throw there by J.H. Johnson, number 3, defending over there for Providence.
Kyle Erickson.
Moss is about the only speed we got, right, Coach?
Pretty much. We're not blessed with a lot of speed, but I'll tell you, in baseball last year, Kyle Erickson, I've seen him in another uniform, and I know that he can run. He kind of got turned a little bit there, but he has the speed to recover quickly, and the pass was just a little bit deep, but good coverage there by Providence. Got a timeout on the field, 1:42 left here in the first half. Jimbo, what are they talking about down there?
Well, he's just flat telling them, guys, this is here we are. We're right at the end of the half. It's 13-6. We're right in the middle of this game. Let's don't do anything crazy. Let's stop them right here, and let's take this thing back to the house. I will tell you something you mentioned about Davis Riley. His daddy Scott, back in the day when we were there, he'd make you take up another sport. He'd hit you so hard out there as linebacker.
You're not the first one that's told me that about Scott. He was quite an athlete, I understand. Coach Robbins, I would think maybe we might put it in the air here, try to get on the board again before halftime, 1:42 left. Jay's got a pretty good arm there, and we'll just have to see. What do you think?
For sure. With Providence showing the offense and a little variety and being able to throw the ball well off that running game, we need to open it up when we can.
And JH is back to throw. Got Moss open, looking across the middle.
McCann,
number 9. At the Jimbo, I think, spotted about the 3-yard line.
Yeah, he's going to be. They spotted him right down at the 2-yard line, guys. Nice play, flooded them all out to the left side, and he found his target.
That's something that we're going to have to work on at halftime. Is that little flat route that they've been open every time, and so Coach Loud is really going to have to talk to his defensive people about making sure we can get that covered.
Clock's moving. 1:25 left in the first half. H.A. is at the Providence 2-yard line, second and goal. Looks like they got in there, Jimbo.
Yeah, he did. He pushed it right over the line, and there you go. It's going to be up to Providence to try to see if they can rebound from it. But good move by obviously by Houston Academy to take that ball down and make a statement.
Houston Academy leads this ball game 19-6 here at Nology Field tonight. Coach Robbins, who was that with the ball? I didn't quite pick that up. Who went in to score for H.A.? Did you get that, Terry?
I think it was Dothan, wasn't it?
It was Andrew Dothan again, which is old reliable for us inside the 5.
Yeah, it was Dothan.
Everett Park holding for Houston Academy, and Will Andre back to kick the extra point. It's down. It's up. Looks good from here, and it is good. Houston Academy leads this ball game 20-6 over Providence. Here we go, kicking off. Will Andre kicking off for Houston Academy.
One of the big weapons that y'all have got is Andre can kick it deep.
He sure can.
And so for that reason, you have a great chance to pin us deep. There it is in the end zone again.
It's pretty much automatic, Terry. We
Yeah.
saw that all last year. Will's been kicking what, Jim, is maybe the third year he's been kicking. And it's just about automatic. You're going to see that ball in the end zone every time he kicks off.
Well, if you think back, I know since I've been at Houston Academy, that has been that little edge that Houston Academy has had in football, has been the kicking game, you know, when Bill Burkett's son was there and did a great job for us. And you know, kicking the end zone was almost something you got used to.
Got Jim Boone, Jim Robbins, and Terry Pierce, and we got Jimbo Lawson down the sideline. We're bringing you this Houston Academy Providence Christian ball game. Big rivalry here between these two private schools. And that's Peak with the ball, isn't it, number 5?
Pick up about 4.
So it'll bring up a 2nd down and 6 for Providence, and clock's moving at 1:01 left here in the first half at Nology Field.
You know, that little toss, it allows you to spread things out, and then allow the runner just to cut back up at just wherever he sees a path open.
Absolutely.
Gilchrist quarterbacking. Peak in motion. Going to give it to Peak. Like Peak wants to throw. He's back. Got a man open over there. Well, got pretty good coverage over there by Houston
He
Academy.
was double covered.
I tell you what, it looked like he was going to be open quick, but number 31, who was Andrew Tarwater, was on, you know, maintained a good position in front, and that's the reason the pressure was applied. But good coverage by the Raiders on that play.
That was Bank Smith, number 6 over there. The Peak was trying to get the ball to. So that'll bring up a 3rd down and 6 for Providence. Should have a pretty good halftime. I know the HA band will probably be performing. And what about Providence?
I don't think their band will be performing at halftime. We've been talking about that. We've been trying to get something together, and hopefully real soon we can. But we'll just take advantage of listening to the HA band.
It hadn't been that many years that HA's had a band. Coach, what is it, about maybe the 3rd or 4th year we've had a band. James Holmes is the band director over at Houston Academy, doing a great job.
Oh, James does a tremendous job. The kids really rally around him, and he and Kara Johnson with the choral department do a tremendous job. You know, he left us for a year, and then we were mighty proud to get him back.
Yep. I think he went down in the Bruton area and went to public school, and he said, you know what, that wasn't a bad job after all. I think I need to call Miss Johnson and see if I can't get back up there to HA, and we're glad to have Holmes back. Got another timeout on the field. What's going on down there, Jimbo?
Well, you know, of course, the HA side over here where I am is excited. They're glad to get that last score in. And I tell you what, I don't think you're going to see them hit a knee after this series if they get a chance to do anything with the ball. If I'm not mistaken, I believe I heard them call for the 2-minute offense to get ready. So let's see what happens.
Got 30 seconds left here in the first half. Providence with the ball, and it is a 4th down. And it's going to be a punting situation for Providence, and that's
Austin Evans.
Evans back to kick for Providence. HA does not have anybody back.
It's a good punt.
And they just going to let it go. It is a great punt by Evans. It's going to roll dead there about the 22-yard line. HA will take it at their own 22 with 30 seconds. I really thought they were supposed to start the clock, but it looks to me like they didn't hit the button. So we got 30 seconds left on the clock in the first half.
Yeah, that brings up a good point, guys. Do you put in the 2-minute offense with 30 seconds left? Think about that for a second.
And you are on the HA sideline, right?
I am over here. We're going to try to catch Coach Addison at the half walking off.
All right, I hear you. Walk fast. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Number 12 is going in the ball game for Houston Academy. That's Emory Griffiths. I expect to see a long pass from J.H. Johnson right here to start off. He's in the gun. He's got twins on both sides of the field, and J.H. is rearing back to throw. Got a man wide open. That's Kramer over on the sideline. 1st down, Houston Academy. Good pickup, about 14 yards.
Guys, I think what you're going to try to see if we can hit a couple of passes and see if they can get them into field goal position. Obviously, like to score a touchdown, but just some of the words we're hearing on the sideline.
Well, Andre,
what's his limits?
I really, Jim, it had to be 48, 49 yards. I know he's kicked.
Well, I'm thinking the one he missed last year was about a 45, 47
Yeah,
yards.
yeah, best I can remember. That's right.
Oops. JH back to throw. Pressure on him. JH is still having being pressured. Number 10 looks like for, number 10 for, that's Austin Evans. Stopped JH Johnson.
And they're just going to let it run out.
And they are going to let it run out. And that's going to be the end of the first half here at Nology Field. Houston Academy is leading this ball game 20-6 over at Providence. And we're looking for Jimbo. Did you get to Coach Addison over there, Jimbo?
I got an eye on him, but I'm smart enough to let him finish talking to Andrew Dolphin and take care of that before I interject into this deal, guys. So give me a second.
Jim Boone, Jim Robbins, Terry Pierce, and Jimbo Lofton down the field. And now we got Jimbo with Coach Jimmy Addison.
All right, guys, you hear me? Coach, 26 first half, what you going to talk to your team about?
Mistakes. I mean, we just can't make mistakes like we did in the first half. We gave them 2 on kickoff, then we go to sleep back there, which we talked about all week, and give them a big play. I credit them. They've done a great job. But, our guys on defense have done pretty good tonight. Offensively, we did what we needed to do. So we'll work on it at halftime. I'll just soon be over right now. We'll be winning. So.
I understand. All right, Coach, thank you. Good luck, and we'll see you at the half.
Thank you, Coach Addison and Jimbo. Halftime festivities coming up, and we'll leave it with that and enjoy the halftime, and we'll be back to bring you the second half.
And here to speak with you is the Vice President of Regional Operations, Weldon Finder. Please give him a loud applause.
Thank you, Taylor. And first of all, the quality of the maintenance of this facility is outstanding. You guys do a great job and it's first class. And we'd just like to thank everybody. And we get involved in the communities all over the Southeast with operations. And so that's going to feed our success. And for tonight, to be part of this, and the press box was outstanding. It was just a little way to get back to family for us. So anyway, thank you for allowing us to be a part of it. James?
Thanks, Weldon. I'm James Hendricks, the General Manager here in the Dothan Division of Nology. We want to say thank you to the Mayor and to the Commissioners here in the City of Dothan for giving us the opportunity to be part of this great historic facility, Rip Hewes Stadium, down to be called Nology Field at Rip Hewes Stadium. Thank you to Dothan for giving Nology a great year. We're looking forward for another 9 years here at Rip Hewes Stadium, Nology Field. Thank you, Taylor.
For wanting to be a part and wanting your premium each year when you compete, to be a part of Nology Field and Hewes Stadium in the city of Dothan. Thank you very much, and we hope that eventually that we'll have to turn people away when this event will become so large. Thank you very much for being here.
Okay, here we're going to start the second half here at Nology Field. Houston Academy leading this ball game 20-6 over the Providence Christian Eagles. Jimbo got him down here fixing to give a talk to Coach Latta. They got a little huddle going on, and Jimbo Lofton is trying to catch Coach Latta and see if we can talk a little bit about what's going to happen this second half.
We'll see if we can catch him. All right, Coach, how about tell us what you told that team at the half, Coach?
That we're certainly capable of playing better than what we have. I thought we handled some situations pretty poorly, and then bounced back a couple of times and got back in the ball game there when we made the score. So we just got to believe.
Well, it looks like they believe you got them fired up for the half, right, Coach?
I hope so. Thank you.
All right, good stuff. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Jimbo. Coach Emory Latta with the Providence Eagles. Houston Academy will be kicking off. Whose balls are going to be? They're on the field now, and Providence will be receiving, and Houston Academy will be kicking off, and Providence will get the ball first here. We were down in the locker room talking to the coaches, Jimbo. Coach Robbins, and looks like they maybe want to air it out a little bit in the second half and try some different stuff. They're looking at trying to figure out if Providence is getting some wide open out there on some of those long passes too. I heard on the defense talking about that.
Yeah, they were talking a little bit about motion and afraid that we were not, staying and covering our responsibilities. He's kind of expecting that, because Emory's allowed to pull out, everything to try to get back in his ballgame, especially early. And if they roll one way, he just wants to make sure they may throw back to the backside. So he's got a lot of things in his package, so we got to be wide open on it.
Terry, what do you think we can see here from the Providence Eagles?
Well, I really think that Coach Latta had a heart-to-heart with them at halftime, and I believe that they've studied well, they've listened well all as far as their preparation. And so I believe that they're going to come out here and really give it all they've got, and I believe that you may see a different ball team on the field.
And here we go, starting the second half. Will Andre kicking off for Houston Academy, back to Banks Smith. Banks is at his own 5. He fumbles the ball. He's up to the 15, still on his feet, and he's going to bring it up to about the 25. Good return there by Banks Smith.
We were lucky with that bounce. When he fumbled it, bounced right back up to him.
Tell you one thing right there. No, the kid that made that tackle, I'm telling you, never says a word, works as hard as any kid in our program. Number 64, Trevor McIntyre. Outstanding job. I was watching him hustle down the field and got a chance to get on a tackle and did a good job.
Some of those younger kids on that special team are getting to play tonight, and we need all the reserves we can to give some of those starters in there a break. So 1st and 10 for the Providence Eagles. Gilchrist quarterbacking. Going to give it off to Peak, number 5. Peak still on his feet. Good hard running there by Peak. Pick up a 4 on the play.
Like number 9, Will McCann having a good night on both sides of the ball. And on that tackle right there, it's caught the ball well for us tonight.
It looks like that we came out of the first half, most importantly, with nobody hurt. And I didn't see anybody. I think I just saw one person on our team. Trey Wisdom looked like he had his forearm being looked at by one of the trainers, but that was it.
Great. 2nd down and 6 for Providence. And that's Peak with the ball, number 5. Pick up maybe a couple on the play. Caught a 1.5, so it's going to bring up a 2nd down situation. 3rd down.
Number 31,
3rd down situation.
Yeah, number 35 is down right now for Houston Academy, guys. I think it's we'll just have to see what it is.
Yeah, that's Steele Carnegie, who is our linebacker, who is a senior this year, an outstanding linebacker.
Steele had a little nagging ankle injury, early on here, and I'm just hoping he hadn't re-injured that thing. It never was anything that was going to keep him from playing tonight, but, if that thing starts getting hit on, and it could just be one of those things that could take its toll as the season progresses.
Steele's played. This is his 3rd season. I know he started the last 2 seasons. I think he even started a little bit when he was a 10th grader.
We think he just got his wind knocked out, guys. He was not holding. Everything he was doing was above his waist, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, Jimbo, that does not surprise me with that young man right there. He will hit you pretty darn hard, and he gives it 110% every time he's on that field. So 35, Steele Carnegie goes out of the ball game, and number 14, Justin Culliver, will come in for Carnegie. And we'll bring up a 3rd down for the Eagles. Gilchrist gives off to number 6. That's Smith.
Banks Smith.
With the ball, and don't believe much pickup on the play. 31 in
Once
on the
again,
stop.
Andrew Tarwater, yeah. You know, he's still on that backside looking for him to turn it up the field, and good positioning by Andrew that time.
Tarwater's playing a heck of a game.
Fourth down, and Terry, it looks like Coach Latta's going for it on fourth down early here in the third quarter.
Look for him to try to pull the HA defense off of something. No, they're going for it.
Rolling out. That's Gilchrist with the ball. Gilchrist got a first down. Good hard running by Gilchrist for a first down. Run him out of bounds over like 47, Coach, for the Raiders. That's Britt Owens.
Yeah, and 31, once again, you know, we had Andrew Tarwater coming up, but he couldn't get to him before he had got first down yardage.
Good play there, Terry, good call by the Providence coaching staff. Just a little rollout there by Gilchrist.
Yeah, but it may be costly because Gilchrist just came off the field limping. So our second string, Alex Plagenhoff, is our quarterback.
That's Nick's younger brother.
It is.
Plagenhoff is quarterbacking. Give it again to Smith. And Smith just going to grind it out there and maybe get a yard or two on the play.
Jimbo, you got anything for us on Austin Gilchrist?
Well, I got Dr. Plagenhoff looking at him. It looks like it's more of a thigh. It's not a knee. It's upper thigh. Looks like he's got maybe a good thigh bruise here. We'll check that out, and I'll get back with you.
9:37 left here in the third quarter. Clock's moving. Houston Academy 20, Providence 6. Again, back to Bank Smith. Looking for a hole. Good defensive play there by the Raiders.
Hey, guys, let me give you a quick update. What he said over here is that he thinks he's pulled a quadriceps, so we're going to check it out and see how it goes, but we'll keep you posted.
Okay, thank you, Jimbo. That was Britt Owen again on the stop. And did I see Carnegie back in the ball game, number 35? Yes.
Yes, he's back in.
It'll be hard to keep him off the field, but once again, with that tall sweep right there, then number 57, Marco Pena, kind of the unsung hero of a play, because he comes in and he causes that thing to bubble a little bit, and it doesn't get outside as quickly, and then we allow time for penetration, these other guys to pursue and get up to make the tackle. So Marco, nice job of kind of changing that route and allowing other pursuit to get there.
Got a timeout on the field. Terry, a little bit about you played Brantley the first game, and what about your second game? You recall what y'all got coming up?
Not exactly, but we are going to get a chance to come back home after the Brantley game and hopefully have it a little bit easier because, like I said, our first two games here were going to be very, very tough, probably our toughest two games of the season. So if we can get by these two with no injuries or very little injuries and some respectability as far as the score, we think we might have the rest of the season be pretty good.
Good deal. Where's Ayrton this year down the schedule? You recall?
I am looking right now. Give me just a second, and I'll let you know.
You mentioned David Collins. Of course, that's where he was a head coach last year, and he retired, and he is one of our volunteers this year, and we are glad to have David Collins on our sideline. Man, a little razzle-dazzle play there.
There's that
by
little shuffle pass,
yeah.
Coach Robbins.
Shuffle pass again. We've run it 3 times here tonight. The first time we couldn't get it to the back, but the other 2 times have both been successful and gone for good yardage.
Plagenhoff to shovel it out to number 6, Banks Smith. Good pickup on the play, and it's going to bring a 4th down and 3 for the Eagles. Plagenhoff is a 10th grader. Going for it again on 4th down. Ball's in midfield for the Eagles. Give it off to number 5. That's Peak with the ball.
And looks like he's got it again, Jim.
Good hard running there by Peak. Justin Peak. First down for the Eagles.
Well, that's going to be close, Cat. There we go. Well,
you know, credit to Providence on the right side of their line. I really thought they won the
close.
battle.
I'm telling you, that's close.
Yeah, it's going to be a measurement.
Oh. He gave it to him.
Oh, did he? All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're moving the chains, so they gave it to him. It'll be first down for Providence Christian. Providence on the mood here in the third quarter. Plagenhoff stays in there. Back to throw this time, looking deep. Got number 6, Banks Smith, wide open again. Just overthrew him just a couple of steps.
Yeah, I'm afraid, and Emory's probably going to hear from that because I know they addressed that at halftime. Same play that they scored on the touchdown, and he has just got to recognize that and maintain his depth.
They definitely addressed that on the defensive side. We heard some of the coaches over there saying, boy, they're getting wide open. So that will bring up a second down and 10 for Providence. Good arm with Plagenhoff there, Terry.
He has really come on this last summer. His accuracy, his release of the ball, everything about him has improved. Alex has really grown up this past summer. And it looks like he's going to have to grow up a lot more just in case what has happened to Austin Gilchrist.
So we got a timeout on the field, 7:50 here in the third quarter. Houston Academy leading this ball game 26 over Providence Christian. Jimbo, you get a report down there on the injury to Gilchrist?
Well, they're still working on it over here, guys. I was trying to get an update. Dr. Plagenhoff over here looking at it. They're actually putting some pads back in here, so we're going to see. I'll give you an update in just a second for sure.
Tell you, his son is doing quite well, filling in now that Gilchrist is out of the ball game.
All right, guys, update is we're probably 50-50 string quadricep. We're just going to have to see how he responds to it here in the next couple of minutes.
Be a second down and 10 for the Eagles. Number 6 over here, Banks Smith, split wide right for the Eagles. Plagenhoff gives off to Peak. Peak, little reverse to Banks Smith. Banks trying to get around that right corner. Great defensive play there by Moss, number 11.
Let me tell you, Jim, that was covered by, I know David Collins was talking to him at half about motion one way, throwing back the other way, possible reverses. And the guy that made that play right there was number 11, Wesley Moss. Simply stayed at home, looked for something coming back toward him, and was in great position to make that tackle.
Terry, that's a little razzle-dazzle by Coach Ladder. He's pulling out all the punches tonight, and I don't blame him. Why not in a game like this?
That's exactly right. Like I say, he promised us from the very first that it would be a little bit, would be more open, and he's staying true to that.
Loss on the play is going to bring up a 3rd and 16 for the Providence Christian Eagles. Peak with the ball, number 5. Very little gain on the play, if any. Going to bring up a 4th down in a punting situation, and Coach Ladder does send in his punt team.
Yes, I don't think he's going to take a chance on it this time.
Coach Robbins, who we got back deep there for HA?
Well, Damian Harris is back, and it looks like Damian Harris and Andrew Dothan will be back.
Now, we have got Austin Gilchrist that has gone back in temporarily. He is our long snapper.
Okay.
So, hopefully.
And the punter for Providence is
Austin Evans.
Austin Evans. You saying he inherited that punting position. Ball's going to be picked. Good kick, and Dolphins going to take a fair catch right there. Ball's going to be spotted at the 18-yard line, so Houston Academy will take over there on downs, or take over there off that punt at 1st and 10 Raiders. Said a little bit about Damien. Damien played some last year. I think they're expecting some good things out of him this year, aren't they, Coach?
Well, he was a basketball guy, and then Coach Addison talked to him about it. I don't think he was really out there last year. I think he told Coach Addison that he wanted to play this year. So he's come out, and he's got some quickness and some speed. We looked at him as some depth as a running back. Of course, he put the ball on the ground a time or two in the jamboree, but with experience, I think he's going to really prove to give us that needed depth in that backfield.
Jimbo, we got a heat timeout down there.
Yeah, that's what you got out, and you caught me crossing over to the Houston Academy side to do a little digging around.
Okay, I see you by the flagpole.
Well, I tell you what, if you can't see me, we need to get you some eyes checked. You know, I do take up a fair amount of turf walking across here, guys.
Well, I don't know if it's that or the ball head one or the other. We can flat see you from up top up here.
I can only tell you my wife's not proud of any of it, guys.
Well, we're going to call it a heat timeout with 6:06 left here in the third quarter. Houston Academy is going to have the ball, 1st and 10. Jace Johnson quarterbacking for the Raiders. And they will give it to Dothan, number 17. Man, what a hole. Great blocking by that offensive line. I think me and you, maybe, and Terry, we could have run through that hole.
Yep, it was a big hole.
Who's blocking on that line there, Coach?
Well, the thing that I think that made a difference right there is Steele Cornegie went in motion and slid across that line, and where we went with that motion before, we went against it this time. Kind of caught him maybe shifting a little bit with that on that backside.
Bring up a 1st down for the Raiders. Got Emory Griffiths split on this side, Moss on the other side with Andrew in the backfield. They'll throw it over there. It might be Kramer over there, number 8, caught that little turnaround pass. And yeah, that was Jack Kramer, number 8, pickup of 3 on the play.
Terry, your defensive backs and your outside linebackers really reacted to that pass well. That could have been a bigger gainer, but reaction and got to there to make a short gain.
Yes, they did. I'm still looking and seeing that possibly fatigue, could be setting in too. With our lack of depth, playing both ways, I think it's starting to show, Jim.
That was Emory Griffiths with the ball, number 12.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, great run there by Griffiths. Coach, I hadn't seen that. Put him in the backfield. We didn't use him any last week in the Jamboree, but a great run there by Emory Griffiths.
Yeah, we've talked about Emory. Got great leg strength, I'll tell you. So he's that's a lot to be a little new wrinkle, finding some guys that we haven't seen in that position before.
Now that is Dothan in the single setback now, number 17 in the backfield. Jay's throwing over here to Kramer. Kramer's looking deep. Got a man wide open, number 31 for Houston Academy, who is Andrew Tarward, and Tarward runs it in. I don't see any flags on the field.
No, it's clean, guys. Boy, they had that set up nice with the blocker out front. They bit, and, of course, y'all saw it. You saw what happened.
I'll tell you, the big part of that play, Jim, was the fact that the throw out to Jack, but he did a great job of avoiding a tackler.
He sure did.
He had to go 360 to turn around. But, Jack, if anybody's seen him throw, he's got a great arm. He also figures into the depth as a quarterback. But once he got away from that tackler, made a nice throw.
We had that little play last week, I believe we threw in the Jamboree, and Jack, we found out, can really throw that ball deep. So Will Andre's back to kick for the extra point for Houston Academy. It's up, and it is good, and Houston Academy leads this ball game 27-6 over the Eagles. What you got over there, Jimbo?
Hey, guys, I got a group of Houston Academy cheerleaders standing right here. What do you guys think about the game so far today? As they say, sometimes screams are louder than words, guys. They're fired up. All right, who's going to take this one home tonight? Who's going to win it? All right, it was unanimous, what we expected. Thanks, gang.
We got every bit of that, Jimbo, all the way up top up here. We teach them a little bit. I think we do teach them a little bit more than screaming over there at Houston Academy, but they were loud and clear tonight. 4:47 here left in the third quarter. Houston Academy will be kicking off. Will Andre back deep. It's number 6, Banks Smith for Providence.
Looks like, Jim, that Austin Gilchrist walked up to Coach Latta to ask him whether or not he could come back in or not, and I think I saw Latta shake his head, so I don't know. We may have Alex back in at quarterback.
I don't know if I'd risk it.
No, guys, I think that's what you're going to see. I talked to Dr. Plagenhoff, and I think that's exactly what you're going to see the rest of the game, guys.
Andre kicking off again deep into the end zone. I tell you, Jimbo, that is a weapon right there when it's in the end zone every time Will Andre kicks that ball.
Absolutely. As y'all know, you don't see a whole lot of that in high school football, but we're seeing plenty of it tonight.
Jim, I see right now Dr. Granger looking at Trey Wisdom's arm again, so I don't know if that's going to plague him or if that's something that he's going to be able to go back in the game with or what.
And he's one of your key players also.
Yes, he is. He sure is.
Number 62 Wisdom.
He's another one of our seniors.
Providence with the ball, give off to Banks Smith, number 6. Pick up of maybe 1 or 2 on the play.
Looks like he's looking at his elbow or something like that. Trey Wisdom.
So that'll bring up a 2nd down, and 8 we'll call it for Providence. Providence splits a man wide left. Back to throw. He's looking over there, and he's got number 3. That's
Kyle Erickson.
Erickson with the ball.
Very close to the first down.
And it's going to be very close. You see what is it going to call? Where they're going to spot there, Jimbo?
Yeah, I got one ref with it close. The other one now, they're going to call it about 6 inches away, so we're going to have a third and very short.
I look for him to give it the peak and just grind it over, go for a first down here. 4:01 in the 3rd quarter. Great night for high school football here at Knowledge Field. And that's what they do, is just grind out a first down for Providence. And that was 22 with the ball, I believe.
Yeah, Nathan Odell.
Hadn't called his name all night. Nathan Odell.
Very rare with this offense that you see the back right behind the quarterback get the ball.
True.
Well, that's about 6 inches. What's the shortest distance between
2 points?
2 points, yeah.
Plagenhoff's back to throw. Got a man open over here.
Nice
Number 6,
catch.
Banks Smith.
They're going to give it to him.
And that's all they should do. It should be a flag on the play if you saw what I saw from up here.
Is that right?
Yeah, Wesley kind of got his hand on him. I think he knew he got behind him. I tell you one thing we do. We got to recognize when the receiver in front of you has speed. I mean, Banks obviously runs well, and what he's doing is closing that cushion on us, and we're not respecting that enough, and he's getting behind us.
Jimbo, did you see what we saw up here?
Yeah, we did. You know what? I thought they were taking one of those leisure services dance classes for just a minute there, but I guess that's what they thought on the field too. But anyway, he made the catch, and they're moving forward.
1st and 10 for Providence. Playing off back to throw again. Banks Smith, or is that Peak?
That's, I think it's Banks Smith again.
Yeah, Banks Smith again. Good catch. He had looked like tar water hanging all over him, Coach.
Absolutely. Tarwater was right on him, and Wesley Moss right behind. So, but a nice route, nice pass. That's really execution by both sides. It's just they complete the pass for a short gain.
Hey, I'm impressed with this Plagenhoff stepping right in behind Gilchrist there, throwing the ball really good, Terry.
Yes, he is. He's having to grow up in a hurry, too. But we were able to get some decent playing time with him in the Jamboree last week. Mm-hmm. And so he's got his feet wet a little bit.
Throwing again. Got Banks Smith wide open on here, but Banks is going to be out of bounds this time. And I tell you, Moss is there, but he just got to close on him, Coach.
Well, the thing I liked about him right there, he was in good position to make a play on the ball if he had the opportunity. But you know, I think you're not going to see the receivers getting behind our corners much anymore.
Banks Smith is coming to the sideline. Looks like he's wobbling a little bit. He's played the whole game, and I believe he's just tired.
You're dead on, guys. I think he's just going to take a win for just a second here, and he looks like he's fine. They're going to get him a little water and straighten him up, a little Gatorade.
But you got to admit, both of these teams are in very, very good shape this year. First game of the season. We haven't seen any cramps so far And you normally see a lot of those in your first ball game. And it's a very cool night. It's not a real hot night. So,
No, it's not.
But I think both these coaches have got both these teams ready to go this season.
Yeah, great play again. I tell you, Will McCann is having a great night. I mean, great penetration through the blocking on that play. He's going to sit back and watch this tape and be proud of what he's done on both sides of the football tonight.
Fourth down for Providence and fourth and long, 4th and 11, and the punting team does go in for Providence. Coach Ladder kind of wavering there exactly what he was going to call, but he is going to send his punt team in.
Well, I'll tell you this, Jim. Alex Plagenhoff got up limping, and so I don't know if that had anything to do with his decision to punt the ball or not.
And we got whistles on the play at the snap, and Jimbo, did you see what that could have been on the sideline down there? We got dead ball foul.
Yeah, a little delay of game. They weren't quite ready, trying to get it off and just couldn't quite get the personnel straightened up there, guys.
So that'll back them up 5 yards, so that'll be 4th and 15, we'll call it, for Providence. Like Andrew Dothan's on. We got deep back for H.A. standing his own 20-yard line. I tell you, Evans has got off 2 good kicks. The last 2 kicks have been very good. He's standing his own 35-yard line. Good snap. Takes his time.
Good punt.
Another good punt by Evans. And Dothan will fair catch it right there at the 11, at his own 11. So it'll be 1st and 10, H.A. at their own 11. Don't see any subs going in H.A. Coach Robbins, you see any substitution? Pretty much still the first team in there right now.
Well, he may want to get it out of that end of the field a little bit, but I'm sure he's going to start moving some new personnel in.
We did a little bit of that last week, and we had a little fumble out that's going on. We had some of the other players in there. Again, looks like Dothan with the ball. Hard running again by Andrew Dothan. Looks like 24 again on the stop for.
That was Sterling Gatlin and Flannery.
Yeah.
Both of them were on the stop.
See Jimbo on the sideline over there talking to the chain gang. Any news out of the chain gang tonight, Jimbo?
Well, Providence chain gang here, they made a point just a minute ago on offense that it was all 9th and 10th playing on a couple of plays over there a minute ago for Providence. So, working the depths there.
J.H. Johnson gives it off again to Andrew Dothan. Andrew Dothan, hard running by Dothan, just picking his holes there.
See, that's Coach Addison coming back to the same play he had success with before when he put Steele Carnegie in motion sliding across the line to the left, and then he went back to the right side again. Andrew broke the initial line of scrimmage and then showed the quality runner that he is after that.
First down for Houston Academy. Late in the third quarter here, 16 seconds left on the clock. Substitution going on the Providence side. This time we got J.H. in the gun, and H.A. is going to jump off sides. Which we hadn't seen a lot of that tonight. First ball game.
I'm surprised at the amount of mistakes, the least amount of mistakes have been made.
I think both of these teams are very well coached.
Yep.
You can't say enough for Emory Ladder and Jimmy Addison. They've been around for a long time, but I think they got both these teams this very first game. They got them ready to play ball.
Well, you got to respect what Coach Ladder has done here now, because when your starting quarterback goes out that quickly, and then to have Plagenhoff come in and do the job he's done, shows that those guys who he knew were on the depth chart have been able to come in and get the job done.
And that is the end of the third quarter here at Knowledge Field. We got a score: Houston Academy 27, Providence Christian 6, and we'll be right back to bring you the fourth quarter. Starting here in the fourth quarter, Houston Academy's got the ball at their own 31-yard line. J.H. Johnson, quarterbacking all the way. Back in the shotgun with Dothan back in the backfield. Back to throw is Johnson. This time he's just going to keep it. Nobody open. Good stop there by number 35 for Providence. Gatlin.
Sterling Gatlin.
Pick up that 5 we lost, so it's going to be second and 10 for the Raiders. This time we got split out to the left is Reagan and also Kramer. And Griffiths on this side. Andrew Dothan picking his holes and slips down close to another first down and brought down by number 9, Pierce. Adam Pierce.
Yeah, let's don't talk about that too much. You got an anxious dad up here in the booth.
I hear you.
9th grader.
I was going to say, I didn't think your son was old enough to be out there. We got another 9th grader, Adam Pierce, out there making a stop.
Well, let's don't think too hard because I think he's the 3rd string quarterback. So if anything happens to Alex,
here we go.
Here we go.
Third down and inches for the Raiders. Back to throw again. J.H. Johnson just missed him, Coach.
Yeah, that was a poor throw by J.H. then. Had no lead to the receiver at all, but we'll give him one.
And J.H. goes over and says, Jack, I know, it was my fault. Wasn't even close. Bring in a punting situation for the Raiders.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Coach Addison is going to have the gambling spirit that Coach Latta does.
No. Although, look at here. We are going for it, I assume, unless we're going to try to draw them off like we did. Oh, we don't have a punter back there. That's
I was going to say, I was over there, guys, and he said punt team, and unless that was trying to fool me, too.
72, I believe that's Choquette, isn't it? Yeah, Cammy Choquette in the punt for the Raiders. And now what do we got? Timeout on the field. Dead ball foul. Too much time. Yep. They got us. Too much time for the Raiders, so that'll back us up 5.
And I bet Coach Addison will not be happy
Ooh.
about that.
I'd hate to be Cammy Choquette right now, wouldn't you, Coach Robbins?
Yeah, he'll probably have a little conversation with Cammy.
Yeah, I was going to say, it isn't quite as bad right this second, but in about 8 more seconds, it won't be as good, will it?
Well, here he comes over there to you, Jimbo. And I see Andre now comes in to punt, who is the number 1 punter for the Raiders, Will Andre. Good long kick. And that's Peak with the ball, number 5. Initial hit there by 47. I believe that's Britt Owen, isn't it?
It is.
That's very good coverage by the Houston Academy Raiders.
Good punt by Will Andre. So Providence will take over right there on their own, let's see where they're going to spot the ball, 26-yard line. 1st and 10, Providence. And I guess, Terry, did we see Plagenhoff back in the ball?
Yeah, yep, he is back in.
Number 7, Alex Plagenhoff, went in for Gilchrist, and it looks like he'll probably play this 4th quarter. And Coach Latta will probably leave Gilchrist on the sideline. Then we got another timeout. Jimbo, did HA call that timeout?
Yeah, they did, and I'm over here, Mitt, if he's watching. I'm over here with the Providence cheerleaders. How you guys doing tonight? Yeah, it's all good, right? Is it all good? Yeah! Got the season getting started. Y'all glad football's going on? Yes. All right, proud of these guys tonight, making good effort. Again, there you go. Screams are louder than words. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate that on the sideline, Jim. We don't have to clean our ears out now. We heard them, Providence cheerleaders, loud and clear up here.
Usually about this time, my next interview is with somebody that's either got a pizza or a hot dog, so keep an eye on me.
I heard your wife had you out jogging. Was there any truth to that?
Yeah, she did tell Mike West, told me to quit tearing the roads up, guys.
1st and 10 for Providence. 10-14 left in the ball game here at Knowledge Field tonight. Great high school football on a Thursday night. Can't beat it. Peak with the ball. Peak's back to like he wanted to throw the ball. Being rushed over there by number 14. That's old Justin Cullifer.
I'm telling you, Justin's dad, Jody's the president of our booster club. I promise you he is a little elevated over in those stands right now.
You know, that was a new play that we just put in there where Justin took the pitch and went wide, and he was being slung down, and he threw the ball forward. We gained 4 yards.
That's a great play.
Nice play.
That's one of those new plays that Coach Ladd is talking about.
So that'll bring up a second down, and it's 7 for Providence.
Cullifer definitely had him for a loss.
Legging off, rolling out, back to throw. Got a man open over there. Is that Banks?
Looks like it is.
Banks has got a first down, run out of bounds over there by Tarwar. Looks like 31. Terry Plagenhoff rolls out really good and throws the ball really well for 10th grader, right?
Yes, he is a 10th grader. And I think what Coach Latta has tried to do is set them up to where it's very difficult for them to fail. You know, short passes, out in the flat, very little opportunity for it to be intercepted, and very high chance for it to be successful or caught.
First down for the Providence Christian. Peak in motion, back to throw, playing off, got him open again. That's Banks' man. Good throw, great catch.
It was a little underthrown, but Banks was able to adjust and catch the ball.
I'm going to tell you right there, really and truly, number 12, Emery Griffith, was in good position on that play. I mean, he saw him coming, and he turned and ran with him and was on him. But give credit to, again, to Plagenhoff for putting the ball in the one spot where it could be caught. Nice play.
Right over the shoulder of
but once again, the worst defender is that yellow flag.
And it's going to be nullified, looks like. What you got down there, Jimbo?
Yeah, that's what it is, guys. It was a legal shift. Beautiful play, but it is. But right now, by the way, I've also got somebody used to play for Providence. I got Nick Plagenhoff here, right here, watching his brother play. What do you think about this tonight?
Well, it's not looking too good right now, but hopefully they'll score a couple more touchdowns here before the game's over.
Well, absolutely. What's it like being back over here on the sideline watching your team play? You drove in. I would listen to your dad talking to you driving in.
I just got out of football practice at 5:45 and raced down here from Montgomery and made it for the second half. So it's weird. It's weird not being dressed out with everybody, but it's a good thing at the same time because I've kind of moved on. And
all right, we got kind of a little Peyton Eli type thing going here, maybe.
Maybe. We'll see what he can do.
All right, we'll see what he can do. Back to you guys.
Hey, Jimbo, ask him a little bit different playing college ball and 1A high school football.
All right, I got one other question from the top. Is tell us a little bit about the difference between 1A and college ball.
Well, first of all, I guess it starts out with going from the double wing to running the spread, and that's a lot different within itself, and mastering that and just having to know a lot more. And the game's probably 3 times faster. All the guys you're playing with absolutely love it and want it as bad as you do, so that's another cool thing unlike high school. And it's just the speed of the game is really the biggest difference, but it's a lot more fun, and it's a lot more wide open, and everybody's going full speed.
And there we go. Oh, and your brother almost had another completion. He's trying to go ahead and get the jump on you for the all-time record, my friend.
Well, hopefully that'll happen. I hope he does that one day.
There you go. That's what you like to hear. All right, good stuff. Thank you. Appreciate it. Back to you guys.
All right, going to be 4th down for Providence. Take that back. Be 3rd down for Providence. 3rd and 1. 3rd and 11 for the Eagles.
They're going to penalize us for that.
Yep. They should.
They should. We're lucky.
Peak in motion. Back to throws. Plagenhoff. Oh, man, what a throw. Right over Peak's head into Banks Smith, his hands.
Yep.
I guess that's another one y'all have been practicing all week, too.
Oh, man.
Peak didn't even see that ball going 90 miles an hour, but Banks did. It went through the hands of Peak and right into the hands of Smith. Jim, how do you defend something like that?
You don't.
And how do you miss something like that?
1st and 10.
But we'll take it. We'll take it.
First and 10 for Providence. 8:35 clock's moving left in the ball game. Houston Academy leading this game 27-6. Good rivalry game we got going between these two private schools. Peak with the ball. Oh, man, what a lick.
It's on the turf. I believe Houston Academy number
35.
13's picked it up.
Okay.
Michael Reagan.
Reagan picked it up, but that was Mr. Carnegie, number 35, I believe, that laid the lick. And so the ball's going to go over with a fumble, and Houston Academy is going to have the ball right at midfield.
Yeah, you notice in the second half there's been a distinct difference, I think, between the way that our defense has handled, you know, this double wing when they toss that thing and he looks to turn it upfield quick. We've got people sitting there looking for that and anticipating that happening, and we played much better defense second half so far.
Kramer split over here with Griffith on the other side. We'll give it to number 20 this time for HA. That's Wallace Malone. Wallace is the 11th grader, which we're expecting big things out of him next year. Wallace Malone pick up a maybe 2 on the play. 2nd and 8 for Houston Academy.
Jim, do you see, has HA started making some substitutions? Or
They have. Wallace Malone is, like I said, is
taking Dolphins' place?
Dolphins' place, and I'm looking to see if I see anybody else out there
That's got some white pants on.
Absolutely. Now Dolphin comes back in. I see Blake Jordan, number 2. He goes out of the ball game, and Malone goes out of the ball game. That's 2 of the reserves, and I would expect you to see a lot of reserves start coming in now in this fourth quarter, middle of the fourth quarter. We'll bring up a 3rd and 7. Give it again to Dothan. Dothan just hard running. Another first down.
I was going to say, got it on second effort. If they mark it, guys, it's close on the spot. It is, it's close. We'll let you know. It's probably 12 inches.
As you can see, Jimbo, that is our workhorse, Andrew Dothan. He gives you that 3 or 4 yards. He's just a hard runner every time he touches the ball.
You know, he's one of those guys that when you watch him late in the game, it's just tough. And, you know, it's like he either gets stronger or if you don't wrap up, you know what you got facing you. He's going to get out of that grip and rush for more yardage like he did then.
4th and inches for HA. This is Blake Jordan over here, clean jersey. I can tell he's in the ball game. He's a 10th grader. Had some motion, or was that?
Yeah, it looks like we jumped off sides, Jim. So it looks like it's going to go against Providence, and they will get the first down.
That had to be that hard count, isn't it, Coach, they've been working on?
Well, I'm sure it is. You know, I'll tell you what, JH is, again, and this is one thing Terry talked about, you know, when you've got seniors, all the little things that you do in the process of a ball game, those guys they're going to take advantage of.
And that will give HA a first down. Malone's back in the backfield, number 20. JH back to throw, got him wide open over there. That's Jack Kramer. Jack still on his feet, take it down to about the 4-yard line. Good effort there by Kramer. Got 2 of Providence guys hanging on him.
Yes, and Alex Plagenhoff was beat pretty bad, and Alex has gotten up holding his shoulder.
That's what you don't want to see. And
we certainly don't want to see, especially from the Pierce household. We prefer to get another year or 2 under our belt before we start.
I hear you. Got a timeout on the field, 5:54 left in the ball game. Houston Academy leading this game 27-6 over Providence. Jim Boone, Jim Robbins, Terry Pierce, and we got Jimbo Lofton down on the sideline bringing the broadcast tonight. Just another good night for high school football. Jimbo, what you got over there on the sideline?
Well, I was going to try. I'm on the Houston Academy sideline, so they're all huddled up, and he's talking to them, and he's still coaching just like you'd expect. They're telling some of these guys, particularly some of these guys they've subbed in, what they need to be doing, giving them instructions and reminding them to keep their head in the game. Hey, you would not think the score was 27-6 if you're over here on the Hewes Academy sideline, guys.
Again, a big game next week over in Columbia against Houston County. Big area game for Houston Academy. So I'm sure Coach Addison's trying to get them prepared for that game. First and goal for the Raiders. We got Justin Culliford in quarterback at number 14. That's our number 2 quarterback there. He's a 10th grader. And what was that, Coach? Maybe motion?
Yeah, number 20, Wallace Malone. I saw him when I talked to him the other day. I told him what a great fourth quarter, when Coach Addison put the younger guys in our jamboree.
Yeah.
I think that he has a running style very similar to Andrew Dothan. And I congratulate him on having a great night also. And I'm anxious to see him carry the football out here some tonight.
It's interesting that Coach Addison puts your second-string quarterback there in that deep in the enemy's territory.
That's Wallace Malone with the ball. Pick up maybe 1 or 2 on the play. Good stop there by, look like number 50 for Providence.
Yeah, Mason Ziegler.
Second and goal for H.A. Yeah, Terry, I think Coach Addison's trying to get some of these kids to grow up pretty quick because you never know. Our senior quarterback goes down, and you got Culliford. He's a 10th grader. He's got to be ready. Culliford gives off to Malone. Just not a whole lot of great defense there by number 52 for Providence.
I think that was Trey Wisdom, number 62. I think Trey's back in, and Hap Howell, number 52, may have been involved in that also, but I think it was Trey Wisdom.
Third down and go for H.A.
Guys, I was at a Rotary the other day, and bottom line was I heard Addison say, hey, we got 20 seniors, so we got a lot of folks that got to be ready for next year. So if you get this opportunity, obviously he's going to do it.
That's true. 5 juniors, I believe, we got coming back next year.
Oh! No,
Culliford threw it, was intended for Malone, but who was that, number 10, I believe, for Providence?
Austin Evans just about intercepted the ball.
In and out of
his hands.
Culliford just missed his man, didn't he, Coach?
Yeah, and also, if you notice, number 9 was going back across on that backside deeper, right at the front part of the end zone, and would have been wide open also.
So we got a 4th down, Houston Academy, 4th down and go.
Surprised Andre is not in here trying it from this distance.
I think we're trying to see if we can get it in the end zone. And little corner route. And Justin just couldn't get it up. I think he had Kramer open there in the corner, but couldn't get the ball to him.
That was in and out of the hands of Quentin Snellgrove. He's another 9th grader. So we are had 2 opportunities, but now it goes over on downs.
So it'll be 1st and 10, and I can't. Where's that ball spotted down there, Jimbo? Can you give me the yardage where the ball is?
Yeah, ball is going to be spotted at about the 10-yard line, and there we'll go with it. Hey, I'm going to tell you what, guys, I'm over here with a couple of the hardest working guys over here tonight. I got some of the Houston Academy managers over here working. How's it going tonight, Jackson?
It's pretty good.
All right, you keeping them hydrated?
Yes, sir.
All right, keep it up. They're working hard. How about you, Bradford?
Good.
All right, you better do it. Coach will stay on top of you. You got to be at practice Monday if it doesn't work out, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, back to you guys.
Like Banks Smith, number 6 with the ball. Good hard running there by Banks Smith. And on the stop for H.A. Did you catch that, Coach?
Number 12, Emery Griffith, they strung it out nicely, and then Emery made the tackle.
Should be real close to, no, not quite a 1st down. So that means 2nd down and 5 for Providence. Banks comes out of the ball game. I hope he's not hurt. Maybe he's probably worn out. He's been in there most all the game.
Gives off to Kyle Erickson.
And Erickson's got a first down for Providence.
Got some new guys in, Jim. Number 24, J.T. Carroll in on that tackle.
Got a lot of white, clean jerseys in there now for H.A. Lawrence Johnson, number 7, comes in the ball game. Clock's moving, 2:48 left in the ball game. Erickson pitches out to Erickson. He's in motion trying to get on that outside and being strung out over there. Number 9, I see, takes him down. Also 23 for H.A., who is Everett Parks. Park was in on the stop. Number 9, that's Will McCann, right?
Right. I'll tell you what, they keep trying to get on that corner right there. He's doing a good job of just stringing it out to the sideline because Erickson can run. If he ever manages to turn it upfield, I don't know if we can catch him.
So it'll bring up a 2nd and 8 for Providence. Erickson again in motion, give this time up. Fumble on the play. I didn't get the number. Was that 33?
Hamilton Jordan, yes, fumbled on the play, and it looks like that it's going over to H.A. They recovered the ball.
64.
Just not a very good
Like 64,
hand
Trevor
off there.
McIntyre.
McIntyre on the recovery.
I think so.
Not a very good exchange there, it looked like, Terry, and ball went on the ground, and H.A. will recover and get the ball 1st and 10 in pretty good field position with 1:59 left in this ball game. And H.A. wants a timeout. Jim, you got any news, Jimbo, any news over there on the sideline for us?
No, guys. Well, it's just plenty loud. No Houston Academy folks are left. You look over here, I got the big blue squad up here. How you guys doing?
We're good. Fantastic. We're doing good.
Yeah, it's all good, huh?
Yeah.
Big night? How much soap you guys are going to have to use to get that off? None. Hey, you know what? That's because it's boys. They're not bathing for a week, are you? There you go. You got it, guys.
Remind them they got to wear a uniform to school tomorrow.
Hold on, let me make sure. Hey, by the way, Coach Robbins says you got to be in uniform tomorrow. No blue on your skin, all right, guys? All right, he's got you on film. He's looking for you. All right, back to you guys.
All right. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Justin Culver, number 14, quarterbacking. I believe that's Damien in there also. Damian Harris in the backfield. Gives it to Harris. Harris is trying to get around the corner. Brought down by
Bank Smith.
none other than Bank Smith. We've called his name a number of times tonight.
Yes, we have.
You know, Jim, one thing it looked like to me there is Damian kind of had both arms wrapped around that football because his experience carrying to the jamboree, you know, he laid on the ground a time or two, but, you know, it shows he's learning. So down the line, I think he's going to really help.
Colorful under the snapper. Again, Harris with the ball. Protected that ball pretty good. Good running there by Harris. Yeah, we had 2 critical fumbles in our jamboree last week. In the 3rd quarter, I believe it was. And Harris was fumbling. I believe they probably worked on that a little bit this week.
I'm sure.
Got Twins left this time. Looks like Lawrence Johnson over there. Can't get the other number. Culver gives it to Harris, trying to get on the outside. He's got a hole over there. Going down the sideline, going to run him out about the 3-4 yard line. Good effort there by Providence. Number 3 for Providence.
Kyle Erickson.
Made the initial stop.
Real confidence builder right there for Damian. I'm really proud to see that he's having an opportunity here late in the ball game to get some carries and And I think that really is going to make him a much improved back in the next games to come.
A little bit of speed there by Damian, too, down that sideline. Gives again to Damian. Fumble the ball. Have to see who covers it up. Looks like Culliford, the quarterback, might have come back and recovered that ball, and I believe H.A. will.
Yeah, H.A.'s got that one. It'll still be second down.
Clock's moving. 8 seconds left in the ball game, and that might be the ball game.
Well, fellas, I've enjoyed sharing the booth with y'all, and good luck to you as you go through the season, and we'll see each other later.
Absolutely, Terry. Good ball game. Terry Pierce, Jim Boone, and Jim Robbins, and also Jimbo Lofton on the sideline. Great rivalry game. Good, clean ball game here tonight. Like I said, first ball game. Just really a rivalry, not an area game for either one of these teams, but they'll be getting ready to start their area next week. And we look forward to a good high school football season for the Providence Eagles and also for the H.A. Raiders.
And once again, if we move up in classifications, we'll be seeing each other on a regular basis.
That's true. Good sportsmanship out there by both teams. Like we said before, both these schools, these players know each other quite well. A lot of good friends on both sides, and that's what we like to see.
Well, I don't know about you guys. It's a good game, but I'll tell you this. Waffle House better get ready. I'm on my way when I leave here, guys.
And we're going to leave it with that, with Jimbo Lofton headed down to Waffle House, and we're going to head to the house. So your final score here at Knowledge Field tonight, Houston Academy 27 and Providence 6, and we'll say good night.
You've been watching High School Football Game Night, presented by Scenic Cable Network and Productions. Join us again next time on this local origination channel.